So we're going to come to a seated position. We're going to start out with opening up our necks. Reaching your right arm overhead. You're then going to touch down between those shoulder blades. Grab your head with your left hand and pull it gently in front of the left shoulder. Then we'll switch sides. Left hand between the shoulder blades and the right hand gently pulls the head in front of the shoulder. Then your right hand's going to come around your back, palm facing out. Left hand gently pulls the ear to the shoulder. Sometimes I want to bring my shoulder to the ear, but that defeats the purpose. And then we'll switch sides. Releasing the head, we're going to do some neck rolls. So just starting ear to shoulder, bringing it around and back. Just trying to find some space in there. All right. We'll bring the legs out in front of us and the right foot crosses over the left knee, rotating into your right side and pausing for a breath there and switching sides. And then we'll come into a quadruped position. Shoulders over the hands, hips over the knees. And we're going to do 5 cat-cow. We're inhaling as we arch the back and look up to the ceiling. Exhaling as we tuck the chin and round the back. Just moving back and forth with your own breath 5 times. After 5 cat-cow, we are going to do some scapular circles. So starting with a flat back, that's enough for you. You're going to pack those shoulders, pushing the shoulders down towards the waist, pinching them up together, around to the ears and apart. 5 times coming forward, and 5 times moving back. After 5 scapular circles in each direction, you're going to kick your right leg out to the side, rotating up on the heels so those toes point up, and then rocking back 5 times on each side. Right, we're coming back to center. And then we're going to push through our hands into a child's pose. So your hips come back towards your heels. You're really reaching through your hands. And then we're going to walk our hands all the way over to the right. Opening up through your left armpit. Pause for a breath here. And then bring it back over to the left. Opening up through your right side. Bringing the hands back to center. We're coming back up to a quadruped position and stepping our right foot forward. Right foot outside of the right hand. And the right elbow presses down towards the heel. This shockingly doesn't feel as bad as I thought it was going to. I'm so glad about that. And then we're going to sit up into a half kneeling position. So my right knee's up and my left knee's down on the ground, bringing both hands out in front, palms together. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, drop your chin to chest, pressing through your shoulder blades. Staying here for a few deep breaths. reaching further with your fingertips with each exhale. And then we're going to drop our right ear to shoulder to hip, continuing to breathe deeply. Coming up to center, bringing the hands to your side in a W position and pressing the chest forward. And then we're going to rock back, butt to heel, straightening that right leg out in front of you and folding over it, or as close to folding over it as you can. Really thinking about bringing your nose to the knee. We'll come up to center, plant the hands. Right foot comes back and the left foot comes forward. Left elbow presses down towards the heel. And we're going to sit up into a half kneeling position. Both hands come out in front. Big breath in. Exhale and drop your head between your arms and press through the fingertips. We're then going to drop our left ear to shoulder to hip. Continuing to breathe deeply and press through the hands. And coming up to center, making a W with those arms, pressing the chest forward. And then rocking back onto our heels, straightening our left leg this time. All right. We're then going to come just to a seated position. We have our feet out in front of us at hip width apart. Knees are up, and we're going to drop those knees over to the side. Freya is supervising. Thank you. Right hand comes behind the hip. Left arm reaches overhead. Really thinking about pressing the hips into it. As you inhale, expand the ribs. Exhale, drop your hips to the ground, up to center and switch sides. I'm going to do 2 more on each side. All right, after a total of 3 on each side, we're going to rock onto our backs, hugging our knees to chest. Dropping your left foot, your right ankle crosses over the left knee. Both hands lace behind the left thigh, and you're actively pulling that in towards you as this right knee slightly presses out against it. Releasing the hands and planting the left foot. Going to shift the hips to the left until the right foot plants flat, keeping your shoulders on the ground. And then we're going to come up to center and switch sides. Left ankle comes over the right knee. Hands clasped behind the right thigh, pulling it in towards you so the left knee presses out. We're then releasing the hands and planting the right foot. Hips shift to the right until the left foot plants flat. Keeping those shoulders relaxed on the ground. We're coming up to center and planting both feet hip width apart. We're going to pop the hips up into a glute bridge and squeeze those shoulder blades in. Right hand reaches for the right heel and the left arm reaches across the body and overhead. And then switch sides. 2 more on each side here. Awesome, nice job. And then we're gonna come to standing. We are squatting today. So we're gonna warm up that squat pattern. Feet are shoulder width apart. We really wanna think about opening up our hips and letting our butt drop instead of leaning back with it. So feet are shoulder width apart, toes are slightly pointed out, and the knees are gonna track over the toes as you come down, and then squeeze the glutes at the top. Staying in the heels, inhaling on the way down, exhaling at the top. We're going for 10 reps here. I'm not sure how many I actually did. I was talking. We are going to also warm up our hinge position because our posterior chain plays a part in just about everything as well. So those feet are hip width apart. Keeping your shoulders packed, so it's like you're pinching a piece of paper under your arms. You're gonna just soften the knees as you reach through, stand up and squeeze the glutes. Keeping those arms pinched down. 10 times here. Awesome, nice work. So today we are going to be doing 5 sets of tempo squats. These tempo squats are going to be 3 counts down, a 2-second pause, and 3 counts up. We have 5 sets to add weight, so I recommend starting light. Maybe you don't have that much weight and you have to start light anyway. But you're going to be doing between 5 and 15 reps. This all depends on the weight that you have available. So if you're working with body weight or light dumbbells, do a few more reps. If you're working with a heavier barbell or just heavy anything, then do fewer reps. So this is a long time to keep your core braced. I don't expect you to hold your breath through this whole movement, but I want you to really keep that core braced. So we're just gonna do maybe 4 or 5 reps here. What I'm gonna have you do is take your fingertips on your hip bones and then slide them in. When you inhale, flex against your fingertips there, right? So that's your core brace. We wanna keep that braced as we come down. Ooh. So even if you're inhaling and exhaling, you wanna keep that braced, even if you're not holding your breath. It takes some practice. Yeah, there you go, nice. Awesome. All right. All right. So that was it for our warm-up. We're going to start our first working set. At least 5 reps, as many as 15. 15 is basically cardio. I don't know if you really want to do that. And we are going to go 3 counts down, holding for 2 counts, and then pressing through your heels for a slow motion up. It's like you're squatting in quicksand. Remember to squeeze your glutes at the top.
Sorry, so you said the tempo is 3, 2, what?
3. 3, 2, 3.
Okay.
I know. Yeah. Let me know how that feels on your knees. If you need a substitution, we can do a pause deadlift instead. Awesome, nice work. Great job on that tempo. All right, so that was our first set. We're resting. We're maybe thinking about doing more reps or more weight next set, or maybe less. No, I'm being pretty conservative after yesterday's workout. But there are definitely those days that I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally do all the weight for this. And have to dial it back. Right. So we're resting here. We want to rest for 1.5 to 2.5 minutes between our sets. While you're resting, you can do a quad stretch if your hips or your quads feel tight. You can also do a hamstring stretch. And if your back feels tight, you could do some cat-cow. All right. I'm not actually sure how much time that was. I feel like that was at least 1.5 minutes. So if you're ready for your second set, I started my countdown clock too, so I can be more on it next time. But if you feel ready for your second set, you can go ahead and get started there. Remembering that tempo. Man, that breathing's really activating on its own, even without the squats. Awesome. These are looking great. Nice. So that was our second working set. Note of that. Right. All right, so that was 1 minute there. We're gonna rest a little bit longer. All right. So when you're ready, we're up to 1 minute and 45 seconds there. So if you're ready, you can go ahead and start your third set. If you want a little bit more rest, go ahead and take it. The thing with figuring out your rest periods is you want to be able to come to your next working set just as strong, if not stronger, than your last one. Yeah, there you go, shaking it out. How's that knee feel, Annie? Good. Nice. Everybody's form looks so great. Nice work on that breathing and on the bracing of your core. So that was 3 sets. We have 2 more sets to go. Right, so that's 1.5 minutes there. Thinking about setting up for your 4th set. Nice work. It's funny, I have no idea how many reps I'm doing. Counting reps while you're counting this tempo is really hard. It's funny thinking about them being squats in quicksand. When I was in Yellowstone a couple of weeks ago, there's all the geysers and, like the bubbling paint pots where all the volcanoes are venting. And there's walkways through it. There's like raised wooden walkways through it with all these signs of like children getting sucked into the the boiling sand. They're like, stay on the walkway.
Like those yellow and black warning signs, like the stick figures?
They're not,
like...
no, I wish. No, they were like, I can, I'll send you a copy. Because of course I took a picture.
I'm curious as to how grisly they're making it.
No, I mean, because like it's almost like a cutesy like cartoon drawing of a family with the child getting sucked into the mud. Yeah. So funny. And I thought it was like the bears I was gonna have to worry about there, but no. Quicksand. All right, we're resting here and we have one final set of these tempo squats. Yeah. Best part of tempo squats is when they're done. All right. All right, so when you're ready for it, go for this last set. I'm going to start mine. I think I've been resting longer than everyone as well. So if you need more rest, go ahead and take it. You go, nice work. Finish strong. Nice work. So when you're done, grab some water, catch your breath, stretch out those quads, just sit down for a minute, give the legs a break. I'm gonna let Ian finish up this last set here. So that's it for our tempo squats. Next up, we have a circuit that we are doing. It's only a few reps of everything, and there's no tempo bullshit about any of it. We are going to do some squat thrusts to a T-spine rotation. So a squat thrust, it's kind of like if a burpee was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, this is the peanut butter and jelly. There's no bread. So there's no jump, there's no push-up. Starting from a shoulder width stance, you're coming down to a squat, planting the hands, jumping the feet back to a plank. You are then going to do a T-spine rotation. You're going to rotate to the right, and then to the left, and then jumping the feet back outside of the hands, standing up and squeezing the glutes. That's one. We have just two of them here. Turning into each side on each rep. So just two. We then have 4 plank pull-throughs. So grabbing a weight of some kind, we're coming to an extended plank with some space between our feet. That weight starts behind one hand. You're going to grab it with your opposite hand, pick it up and bring it over, and then bring it back. That's 1. We have 4 in each direction. We then have 4 single leg Romanian deadlifts. You can do this with or without weight. You are planting your front foot, really thinking about centering yourself on it, aiming to keep your hips level, pressing that back foot. Now I fall over. Pressing your foot back, keeping those hips level, standing up and squeezing the glutes. I really think about pushing through my foot. It helps to have a focal point. If you find that you're losing your balance, use your back foot as a kickstand. So just up on the toe, pushing the hips back still as you come down. So if you're doing this body weight, reach opposite hand to ankle, stand up and squeeze the glutes. If you're holding weight, hold that weight in the opposite hand. We're going to do 4 on each side. And then this is the best part. We're going to do 2 Turkish get-ups. Turkish get-up is highly technical. Don't worry, I will walk us through it as we do it. So we're starting laying flat with our legs out at an angle and our arms out at an angle. You'll pull your left foot in and your left arm extends. You can hold a weight in this hand. You can also balance something like your phone or a sneaker. Maybe not your phone if you're on a concrete floor. But you are going to sit up onto your elbow, onto your hand. You'll then pop your hips up, swing that knee through, coming to half kneeling, windshield wiper that right foot back, up to standing, and then reverse it. So you're coming half kneeling, windshield wiper that leg in, hand slides off the thigh onto the ground, right leg kicks through with the hips up, hip drops onto the elbow, onto the back. That is 1 on your right side. You're going to do 2 on your right side and then 2 on your left side. And then you're going to rest. And then we'll do it all over again. All right. Any questions or modifications needed? No. All right. So we're going to start out with those squat thrusts to T-spine rotation. Remember to keep your feet wide here. Planting the hands, jumping it back. You have your plank pull through, 4 on each side. And then 4 Romanian deadlifts on each leg. So if you're having a hard time with your balance, work on that balance first before you add weight. So those 4 RDLs on each side and then 2 Turkish get-ups on each side. Remember to keep that arm straight overhead. Keeping that elbow locked out is going to keep that weight safe over your head. Here you go, nice work. We've got all the character building today. All right, we are resting and breathing here.
Hey, Elizabeth.
Yes.
Pretty sure my form on the last one with the Turkish get-ups is not good. Is it okay to just do the half then? Because I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah, you can do the half, or if it helps, I can narrate it as I do it so that you get each step. Or you could do the half. You're like, no. Yes.
Neat. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Permission to not do a whole Turkish get-up. We can do that. Half get-up.
thank you.
Yeah. So it's that same start position. Keep that palm planted flat. So you come up onto the elbow, onto the palm, and then back down. All right. So that was 1. We're going to do the circuit just 2 more times. So when you're ready, we're going to come back to that squat thrust to T-spine rotation. And just as we have permission to do a half Turkish get-up, you have permission to add some light dumbbells to the squat thrust to T-spine rotation. I don't have any, but if you have maybe some 5-pound dumbbells, you can plant those, hop it back, and then rotate with it up to either side. After you squat thrust to T-spine rotation, you have your plank pull through. Really focusing on not letting your hips pop up. then your single leg Romanian deadlift using that kickstand. If balance is an issue, and then our Turkish get-ups. Nice work there. Whew. All right, we're resting here and we're just going to do the circuit one more time. Just think it's already Thursday. Tomorrow's a recovery day. It's going to be awesome. We got this. All right. So when you're ready, coming into this final set, you have your 2 squat thrusts to T-spine rotation, feet wide. After your squat thrust, you have your plank pull through. And then your single leg Romanian deadlift. Nice work. And then just 2 Turkish get-ups on each side. Whew, nice work. We did it. I know, right? All right, great work today.